Hey everybody, it's me Levester with P. Creations, and today I'm going to show you how to add the Xr Interaction Toolkit to your Unity project so you can start working on your VR project. Okay, here we are in Unity 2021 and a new project. And if you need help setting up Unity and getting to this point, just check out my Getting Started videos with Unity, will be linked below. So when we're here and we're ready to add the XR Interaction Toolkit, the first thing we want to do is go to the Package Manager. And to get there, we just go up here to Window, then Package Manager. If you're, so in previous versions of Unity, all you have to do is just scroll down here, all the way down. So make sure here where it says packages, it says Unity Registry, and then go ahead and scroll down all the way to the bottom, and you would see XR Interaction Toolkit. But right now, we don't see that, so we have to add it manually. And if you are watching this in the future, just make sure you scroll down first to see if it's down here already so you don't have to manually add it to your project. But since it's not here yet in Unity 2021, what we want to do is come up here where this plus sign is and click this little drop down. And we're going to say add package by name. And on this top name tab, we're going to say com.unity.xr.interaction.toolkit. And we're going to hit add. We're going to let that install the package for us. All right, so here's asking me, like I said, Unity is using the new input system. So here's asking me to restart the project so it can activate it and install it for you. So you're just going to hit yes here. And then go ahead and say I made a backup and go ahead and let it restart Unity for you. All right, so now All right, so now that Unity's back open, it brought us back to the package manager. And here where it says packages, you can see we are now in the end project, and it has the XR Interaction Toolkit here in there, noted by this check mark. So while we're still here, we want to click on this little arrow here to open it up. So we're going to go ahead and click on the samples here. And we're going to get these starter assets here. And it's going to pretty much be the controls that they already built for us. So we don't have to pretty much build our controller inputs ourselves. They already have some default controls that we can use. So we're going to go ahead and import that there. Then we can exit out of here. Next, we are going to go to our project settings. So we go to edit, then project settings. And at the bottom, we got the XR plugin management in this panel to the left. So click on XR plugin management and install that there. All right, so now we have the XR plugin management, and this is where you tell the system where you want to start up your XR project. You can see here, noted by this symbol, it's the Windows, Macs, and Linux settings, and we can say initialize XR on startup, and then we want to define what controllers we want to use here. And then alternatively, if you are using the Quest and you want to set up for that, you want to switch over to Android and make sure you have Oculus set there. Go ahead and install that one first. All right, so now for the PC one, so if you are building for PC and you want to target not just the Oculus but also the Vive, then you can just hit Open XR. And this is going to allow you to select pretty much the controller layouts for different systems here. All right, so now we have OpenXR here, and you can see we have a little warning sign here, and that's just letting us know that our controller layouts aren't set up. So what we want to do now is go down to the left here under the XR plugin management. We click on OpenXR. We can assign where we can put in our interaction profiles, which are basically which controllers we want to use or what we want to device we want to target. So in here where it says list and empty, we can just go all the way to the right, hit the plus sign, and let's say we want to do the Oculus touch controllers. And then we also want to do the Vive. So we can do that here while we're here. So now we can exit out of the project settings. And now we can start setting up our player and things like that. So like I said, when we downloaded the samples for the Xr Interaction Toolkit, it already came with the controller layouts and things, so we don't have to pretty much map the controllers ourselves. And that's with this starter assets here. And if you aren't in this folder, it's just in assets. So if we go back here to assets, go to samples, Xr Interaction, and then this 2.0.0, and this is the starter asset folder. This middle one, so here's like a little brochure looking icon. If you open that, this is the action map, and this is where the controls are pretty much mapped to the controllers and how the pretty much how the interaction of the controllers talk to Unity. So this is just something to look at. If you wanted to come in here and make your own or make some changes here, then you could. If you want to like change buttons around, then you can come in here and mess around with here. But since it's already set for us, we don't have to do anything in here. What we do want to do here is click on the one to the right of this, which is the default left-hand controls. And over here in the inspector, we can say add to action-based controller default. So we're going to hit that. And then we're going to do the same thing for the one to the right of that one, which is for the right controller. And just do the same thing, add to action-based controller default. And that's going to pretty much auto-assign those controllers to our player when we add them to our scene here. So now that that's set up, all we have to do is go into the hierarchy, right click, and then go down to XR, and we want to add in the XR origin action based. So we click on there. This is going to be our player, so we can rename it to player, but I'm just leave it the same there to be XR origin. So if we go here and look in the inspector, it has the tracking origin mode. This is pretty much how the device determines how high it is from the ground or the floor. So what we can do is click on this and change it to floor. So it's going to pretty much determine it the height from the floor from the player. If you have it on a not specified or on device, then you can put in your own number. So if you say you want the device to always come in the game and be 5 meters off the ground, then you can just change this camera Y offset to 5. And then every time the player starts the game, they're going to be pretty much 5 meters off the ground. But most VR games, you're going to be based off the player's height, so you can just go floor there. And then if we go back over here to the hierarchy and open this up, we can look at the left controller, and like I said, you can see it's already mapped right there with all the references and things like that. If I look on the right controller, it looks like it didn't map this one. So what I can do here, all I have to do is, while I'm still in this starter asset folder, if I click on the right hand inputs and just drag it over into the inspector, you can see all that changed for me right there. And now it's referencing the right hand there. And then one last step here to get this all working, I want to click on this XR Interaction Manager, and I want to add a component here. Just hit add component, and I want to type in input, and I want to add the input action manager, because this is going to pretty much tell the system which action map to use. So if I just click this plus here and hit the circle here and just add this XR default input actions. So if you wanted to, you can add more here. If you want to, like, say in your game at some point you want to like flip the controls, then you can like create your own action maps and then put that here and just switch it out in the game. So this gives you that option to have more customability with your controls. But that should be all you need to set up. So I'm going to go ahead and put on my Oculus and just hit play here. And if you are using, so yeah, once you have your device this set up here, all you have to do is put on your headset. If you are using a Quest, make sure you are using either Link or the Air Link. Well, everything is black. There it is. So there it is. Everything popped up. One controller and my other controller is right here. So you can see now I have two controllers with these lines coming out. My line renderers to know when I'm touching things, but nothing's assigned right now. But I am here at this painting area. And I can start developing my VR project. And with the interaction toolkit, you might get this error here. And that's just because since I assigned it, so I go back to go to edit, then project settings, and then since in this OpenXR, I said I want the Vive controllers and the Oculus controllers. It's just saying that it's not detecting any Vive controllers right there. But to leave y'all with something to mess around with, pretty much to add some interaction to your objects, let's say I wanted to grab this jigsaw. So if I click on it, and all I have to do with the interaction toolkit is click on add component and just type in grab. I want to add this XR grab interactable. You can see it added a rigid body and I should have added a box collider there too. I need some type of collider. So maybe it's going to add component, put a box collider, and hopefully it doesn't fall through the floor. I'll turn off gravity so it doesn't. So now that I have that jigsaw with a grabbable script on it, I can just come in here and grab it now. And just hit play again, let it play in my Oculus. And now you can see when I put my array over that, I can grab it there. So you can go in there and you can start grabbing things, and we'll get more in depth with that in the next video. If you like this video, please like and subscribe so you can get more videos when I make more tutorials and post more of my projects in the channel. Please let me know in the comments if you have any issues or anything, and I can help you out there. And yeah, just if you want to support this channel, you can check out my coffee's link in the description below. So I will talk to you all next time.